Ralph breaks the internet. Best friends always stick together. That's what Wreck-It Ralph and Vanellope von Sweets wanted to do. But when the steering wheel broke on Vanellope's video game Sugar Rush, Mr. Litwack had to unplug it. Vanellope and the other racers no longer had a home at Litwack's Family Fun Center. Ralph and Vanellope wondered if there was any way to fix it. Luckily, there was. Mr. Litwack found a new steering wheel on the internet, but he couldn't afford it. So Ralph and Vanellope blasted into the internet to get the steering wheel on eBay before Sugar Rush was gone forever. Sweet mother of monkey milk! When Ralph and Vanellope landed in the internet, they were dazzled by the chaotic world. They had to find eBay. But how? Welcome to the search bar. What can Knowsmore help you find today? A cheerful know-it-all named Knowsmore helped them. At eBay, Ralph and Vanellope started bidding wildly on the Sugar Rush steering wheel. They won! But they had no way to pay for the wheel. And with only 24 hours to get the money, things did not look good. Back in the internet, the two friends were bombarded with pop-up ads. They met Spamly and Gord, who showed Ralph and Vanellope video games that could help them earn all the money they needed. Ralph and Vanellope looked at the many different kinds of games. They learned that Slaughter Race paid the most, and Vanellope was born to play it. This is amazing! To win, Vanellope needed to snatch the game's hottest car from its best driver, Shank, and take it to Spamly. Ralph distracted Shank so Vanellope could get the car. But then Shank drove another car and beat Vanellope. After Ralph explained to Shank why they needed her car, she decided to help them. She made a silly video of Ralph and told him to take it to a website called BuzzTube. BuzzTube was run by a friend of Shank's named Yes. She posted the video, and seconds later, Ralph's inflated cheeks were all over the internet. Yes said that Ralph could make a lot of money by filming more funny videos. Soon, Ralph and his funny videos became an internet sensation. Yes sent Vanellope to a popular website called ohmydisney.com to spread the word. There she met Eeyore and Dumbo. Vanellope even made friends with the avatars of the Disney princesses. Thanks to the videos, Ralph made enough money to buy the steering wheel. But Vanellope wasn't thinking about going home anymore. She wanted to go back to Slaughter Race with her new friend Shank. If Vanellope went there, Ralph worried that he'd lose his best friend. He told Spamly that Slaughter Race was bad for Vanellope. Spamly took Ralph to the darknet. Hackers Double Dan and Little Dan gave Ralph a worm virus that he could attach to the game to slow it down. Then Vanellope wouldn't like it anymore. They put the worm in an envelope with a card that said, "Good luck," and handed it to Ralph. Meanwhile, Penelope had decided to make Slaughter Race her new home. She revved up to start her first official race. But first she opened Ralph's cart and the worm virus fell out. Ralph and his family watched the virus attack Slaughter Race. The game glitched and a building collapsed on top of Penelope's car. She was knocked out cold. Ralph pulled Penelope from her car and took her to safety, but he felt awful that she'd been hurt. He admitted to his friend that he'd caused the Slaughter Race to crash. That upset Penelope, and she ran away. She never wanted to see Ralph again. The virus, which had grown from Ralph's fear of losing his best friend, was now made up of thousands of Ralph clones, and it had already spread far beyond Slaughter Race. Ralph rushed to find Penelope, who had gone to see Shank. They had to find a way to destroy the virus. Double Dan and his family arrived just in time with a patch to eliminate the virus. But the Ralph clones combined to create a monstrously huge Ralph. It captured Penelope and grabbed the real Ralph. "Stop it!" shouted Penelope. "You're hurting my best friend!" She told Ralph that she would never abandon him. They would always be friends. As Ralph's fear of losing his friend began to disappear, so did the virus. With the virus gone, everything went back to normal in the internet. Ralph and Penelope were no longer fighting. They even made a new pact. They didn't always have to stick together, but no matter what, they'd always be best friends. If you like this video, please leave a comment and don't forget to subscribe.